Here's an autonomous agent running scripts, editing files, and executing multi-step tasks on its own, powered entirely by a $20 subscription you probably already have. No API key, no per-token billing. Just the ChatGPT Plus plan sitting in your account right now, redirected to run a full self-hosted agent instead of a chat window. This works because OpenAI quietly opened ChatGPT subscription authentication to third-party agent tools, and OpenClaw is one of the first frameworks that fully supports it. Instead of paying per token through the OpenAI API, your Plus or Pro subscription's own codex quota powers the agent directly. Before we get into it, like this video, comment which agent you want tested next, and subscribe so today's method doesn't disappear on you next month. Let's set this up properly. OpenClaw itself is a self-hosted personal agent runtime. Open source, meaning you install it on your own machine or a small server, and it connects to messaging apps, runs scripts, and manipulates files with real agency, rather than just answering in a chat box. The catch with any agent like this is that agents are chatty by nature. They burn through context, constantly checking state and planning next steps, so running one on pay-per-token API pricing gets expensive fast, especially on a premium reasoning model. Connecting your existing ChatGPT subscription sidesteps that entirely for the model layer. Assuming OpenClaw is already installed and the daemon is running, open a terminal, either locally or over SSH if you're on a remote box. Run the onboarding wizard with the codex auth flag specifically, not the default flow, because that's what triggers the subscription OAuth path instead of an API key prompt. The command is OpenClaw onboard --auth choice OpenAI codex. The wizard will show you a risk acknowledgement screen. That's just OpenAI flagging that switching model providers can change how your agent behaves, not an error, so accept it and move forward. Here's the step where most people accidentally destroy their own setup, so slow down for this part. If you already have OpenClaw configured with channels, memory, or scheduled jobs, the wizard will ask whether to use existing values, update values, or reset. Choosing reset wipes your channels, your memory settings, and every cron job you've built permanently. You want use existing values every time, unless you're deliberately starting from a blank slate. That single menu choice is the difference between adding a new model option and losing weeks of configuration. Once you've made that choice, the wizard prints an OAuth URL in your terminal. Copy that full URL and open it in any browser. Log into the OpenAI account tied to the ChatGPT Plus or Pro subscription and authorize the connection. Your browser will redirect to a local host address that looks broken, showing an error or a blank page. That's expected. The local server isn't running on your machine. It's just where the authorization code lives. Copy the entire address bar contents, including everything after the question mark, and paste that whole string back into your terminal where the wizard is waiting. The wizard exchanges that code for an access token and saves your authentication profile to a local file in your OpenClaw config directory, then walks you through the last few setup prompts. Once that finishes, you still need to explicitly tell OpenClaw to use this new connection. It doesn't activate automatically. Run OpenClaw models set OpenAI codex /GPT 5.3 codex. Then confirm everything is actually wired up correctly with OpenClaw models status -- plain. You're looking for that codex model listed as your active primary model with the OAuth token showing valid and a usage quota attached, that quota being pulled straight from your subscription rather than a billed API balance.
Now for the part almost every setup guide leaves out, and it will save you a debugging session. There's a known routing bug in some OpenClaw versions. We're pointing at the newer GPT 5.4 model through this codex OAuth path silently falls back to 5.3 with an authorization error instead of failing cleanly. If your agent suddenly stops responding after you try upgrading the model string, don't assume your OAuth broke. It's almost certainly this exact routing issue. The fix is simply to stay explicit and set 5.3 codex directly, as we just did, since that path is confirmed stable against this specific OAuth flow. Worth knowing before you build anything serious on top of this, your usage isn't unlimited just because it's not billed per token. ChatGPT Plus includes a 5-hour weekly usage window specifically for codex access. That's OpenAI's limit on the subscription tier itself, completely separate from anything OpenClaw controls. ChatGPT Pro carries a noticeably higher allowance if your agent runs constantly through the week. If you hit that weekly ceiling mid-project, your agent won't just stop. You can configure a fallback model to catch it automatically the moment codex returns a quota error. And here's the actual golden move, the one that turns this from a neat trick into something you can run continuously without ever touching a card. Add a free fallback model alongside your codex connection, something like an open router route to a free-tier Gemini Flash model, so that when your weekly codex hours dry up, OpenClaw drops into that fallback instead of erroring out or sitting idle until the quota resets. Stack those two together, your subscription's codex hours as the primary driver and a free fallback model behind it, and you get a genuinely continuous agent without a single extra dollar leaving your account beyond the subscription you already pay for. One rule that protects everything you just built: never let the agent configure itself. Don't ask OpenClaw, inside a running chat with it, to rerun its own onboarding wizard or edit its own model configuration. Doing that creates a circular dependency where the thing managing its own authentication is the same thing that just lost authentication, and recovering from that is far messier than just opening a separate terminal and running these commands yourself. I test new AI deals every week. If a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. In the next video, I'm connecting a completely different subscription to this same setup and comparing how differently it behaves against Codex on identical tasks, so you'll know exactly which one to route your agent through depending on what you're actually building.